Ladies and gentlemen, please rise for the presentation of colors.
Forward, up. Coast. Hold. Present. Hard. Oh, say can you see my lonely life, but so proudly we hail at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight, for the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets red of thirsty air gave proof through the night that a man was still there. Oh, sailors, that star-spangled banner yet brave, for the land of the free and the home of the More. Colors. Closer. Heart.
Thank you. Please be seated. Good afternoon, Colonel Ryleman, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Goodfellow Air Force Base, and welcome to the start of the 2022-2023 Honorary Commander Program. My name is J.R. Orlando, the Chief of Public Affairs here at Goodfellow. The mission of the 17th Training Wing's Honorary Commander Program is to encourage an exchange of ideas, experiences, and friendship between base leadership and San Angelo's community leaders. As we welcome you all to the 17th Training Wing, now is the perfect time to cover the elements of our program as we look ahead to the next 12 months. Today, each of you will be receiving a name tag from Colonel Ryleman when you come up to the front of the room. We ask that you wear this name tag during your time on Goodfellow Air Force Base to identify yourself as an honorary commander. We feel that the social interactions and the networking opportunities that the Honorary Commander Program creates are incredibly valuable, and the name tag will help accelerate those. Secondly, we invite you to take out your phones if you haven't already done so and use your camera feature to activate the QR code that's on the screen. This is the link to your digital Honorary Commander's Handbook. The handbook will hopefully provide you with a variety of useful information that was carefully put together to help facilitate your immersion into the 17th Training Wing. This handbook will be updated as we work our way through the 12 months and will be your central hub for connecting with the managers of the Honorary Commander Program. Additionally, within your printed program is a sheet of paper that we call a Memorandum of Understanding. This paper outlines the role and expectations of you as an honorary commander. There isn't anything to sign, but we wanted to emphasize our goal and commitment of bringing you on board as part of the team, and we ask for a similar commitment in return. I am also very happy to say that most of you are now proud DBIDS card holders. The DBIDS card the DBIDS card grants you access to the base. The reason that you have been granted that base access is to further facilitate your involvement and participation with programs and units here on base. Commanders and leaders, please reach out to our honorary commanders and invite them to our unit events and gatherings. At the wing level, we will be inviting you to a number of events throughout the 12 months and look forward to seeing you there. Finally, your pass grants you escort privileges as well. You will be able to sign on guests at the Visitor Control Center through the South Gate. However, we have noticed that there's a slight discrepancy with your passes, and we will be reissuing those passes, but please bear with us. We'll be in touch, and we'll make sure that you get those new passes. As I mentioned, we will be inviting you to numerous events throughout the 12 months, the first of which is only a few weeks away. November 19th, Santa's Market is a craft fair held in our Fire Academy High Bay. And on the 30th of November will be the first of our 4 group immersions, where we will begin to explore deeper into the 17th Training Wing's mission to train, transform, and empower joint and coalition warriors. We are so excited to have you on board. Thank you again for your interest and your commitment to not only San Angelo, but also to Goodfellow Air Force Base. With that, I would now like to introduce the commander, 17th Training Wing, Colonel Matthew Ryleman.
They know the louder they applaud, the shorter my comments are. So they know to start to catch on and start to get the energy up a little bit, which is fantastic. Welcome. Thank you all for joining us for this next class. Really, it's the inaugural class for 2022 to 2023. 23 honorary squadron commanders are joining us today, and you're about to be proud Raiders as well. Okay, and this means a lot. And you know, I was clapping during the DBIDS pass, but that pass means a lot. That's gold, right? That's easy on and off the installation, and we'll make sure the escort privileges are on there as well. But welcome. I'll have some more comments in a minute. I think one thing we have not done is I need to do some introductions, because I walked in and I immediately saw the military's back by the bar and the food, and you all were kind of congregating up front. So they're about to learn who you are, so let's do some quick introductions. My beautiful wife, Katie, right up front. You don't this is going to take forever. Go ahead, Chris. Vice Wing Commander and his wife, Abigail. I'm not going to do all the introductions. Command Chief Rebecca Arbona is not here today, but her husband Steve, retired Command Chief Arbona, is here as well. All right, and then I'm going to go through the groups real quick so you get an idea and some faces. You can go talk to them after this. Because the most important thing we're going to do are these connections, right? So let's start on the joint side. And of course, I'm doing that because they're all back by the bar. All right, Marines. Go ahead, Marines.
Hey, Lieutenant Colonel Tom Boyle, and this is Master Gunner Sergeant Gary Cross, Senior Enlisted Advisor for the Marine Corps Detachment here at Goodfellow. Thanks.
Thanks, Tom. John.
John McAllister, the commander of the 344th Military Intelligence Battalion for the Army, and with me I've got my executive officer, John Larger, and my operations officer, Jacob Stallings, right here.
All right. Bobby, where are you hanging out? All right.
Lieutenant Bobby Freeman, the Space Force token guy here. My SCL's not here today. So we need any space stuff if you want.
Did Lieutenant Commander West make it? I didn't see him in here. All right, Mark West is also our Navy detachment commander, and we have one Coast Guard who's usually running around as the chief. All the other 06s are gone, so we'll go with the MSG. Angie?
Ashley Crawford, I'm the Deputy Director for the Missions Worker.
All right, you're going to learn a lot about what all these are, but I just want you to put some faces and names. Colonel Moore's out right now. Of course, the civilians are our continuity, right? And you want to know who to engage with? It's JR and then Stas. Where's Stas hanging out? Matthew Stasinski in the back is our community partnership and liaison. All right, we'll go the rest of the mission support group. So I know civil engineering's here.
Everybody, Josh Carroll, I'm the Civil Engineer Squad Commander. I've got my senior enlisted leader, Master Sergeant Eric Schmidt with me.
All right, where's our top cop defender in the back?
Good afternoon, everyone. Major Keith Turley, Security Forces Commander, so any base access issues?
He's the one we blame. I mean, call.
The Master Sergeant Hartman and Senior Master Sergeant Darlene Thomas. He's up front. There he is.
Up front. All right, Shane.
Shane Schmidt, I'm the oddball token non-military squadron commander, but I'm the director of the Force Support Squadron. My deputy is working and my senior enlisted leader is vacant right now.
Okay, I don't think I see LRS here. Is that everybody? Mission support. There we go.
Ed King, LRS, my commander in California at school, and he'll be back next week, but, welcome.
All right, anybody else? Oh, sorry.
Major thanks for letting me go by the pony. I'm the Comm Squadron Commander. You can talk about us, you can't talk without us. Filling in for my senior enlisted leader is Master Sergeant One Eye Off.
He gets way too much attention from me anyway, so I think he's probably okay right now without me calling on him. All right, 17th Training Group, Karen.
Colonel Karen Hill, I'm here filling in for Colonel Coulter, who's the name on our program, but I know he looks forward to meeting all of you immediately.
Go ahead, you're acting, but you can do an intro.
Senior Master Sergeant Chris Campbell. I'm actually the 316th Training Squadron, SEL, Senior Enlisted Leader. I'm actually filling in for the 17th Training Group, Senior Enlisted Leader, Chief Valerie Netadog. She'll be back next week as well, and I know she's looking forward to meeting all you.
All right, 17th Training Support Squadron.
Sir, I'm Renee Fontenot. I'm the 17th TRIS Training Support Squadron Commander. My SEL, unfortunately, is not continuing. Welcome.
312. Jose.
Major Jose Vallejo, I'm the Director of Operations of the Fire Academy and the Scientific Application Schoolhouse here on base. And we put the wet stuff on the red stuff.
Awesome. 313.
Hey, welcome, Daniel Blackledge, and the senior enlisted leader, Heather Chelano. I think we've been here as longer than any other command team, so we're on the other side of the handshake, and we say welcome to Texas, so.
That's a great way to put it. 315th.
Good afternoon, Leanne Zawinski, Commander of the 315 Training Squadron, Battler Nation. And my Chief Cody Brigham and my first shirt are both dealing with a situation right now. Welcome to Texas.
Always. 316th.
Hey, BJ Mason, welcome. I'm the 316th Training Squadron Commander. My SCL is Craig Campbell. We train everybody who can go to NSA or Cybercom. Welcome. Go Sharks.
Go Sharks.
Rattle, rattle.
No big deal. All right. Medical.
Good afternoon, Lieutenant Colonel Jennifer Johnson. I'm the Healthcare Operations Squadron Commander filling in for Colonel Darren Harvey. And with me today, we have our Medical Group Senior Enlisted Leader, Chief Lauren Rock.
And your squadron commander. All right, Brenda.
Hi there, I'm Brenda Piazza. I am the 17th Operational Medical Readiness Squadron Commander as well as the Chief Nurse. We work at the clinic and I look forward to working with everybody and I'm here to assist. Welcome.
Okay, good. All right, we'll go wing staff.
Major Justin Moore, and I'm here with my senior enlisted leader, Crystal Denker. I'm commander of the Comptroller Squadron, and we just, provide the resources to make sure that everybody can do all the great things that they're going to tell you about later. Thanks.
He's the money guy. He's the money guy. I don't think contracting was here, which is all right. All right, Chad, last but not least.
Good afternoon, Chad Dale, Executive Director of the 17th Training Wing. I'm looking forward to working with each and every one of you. We're really excited about this program. You're going to love it.
All right, good. So introductions are out of the way. And before we roll the video, and I'm going to have more comments, but I'll be brief. I want to show this video real quick. You're sitting in the Joanne Powell Ballroom here on Goodfellow Air Force Base in the 17th Training Wing. I think most people know who she is, and this is the Charlie Powell Event Center. So just to show that tight connection with the community, we renamed it the Charlie Powell Event Center last August in honor of Charlie and Joanne. And you can see all their pictures and everything else. A lot of memorabilia down the hallway. Of course, what they fought for and did here in the early 1980s to make sure that this base stayed where it is. This base has been here longer than the United States Air Force. I like to remind people of that because we do have some facilities that were here when it was established in 1840. To include Senator Cornyn's office was just here earlier in the afternoon, letting him know we have some really old facilities. But the beauty of this location is, this is a dream job for me, is this community and this partnership we have with you all from the community of San Angelo cannot be replicated anywhere. And I challenge everybody that comes through, find a better place where there's this tight one community relationship that we have right now. So welcoming you to the Raider team. We've really talked a lot about our history and heritage over the last year. That's what the video is going to hit on and kind of where we're going. But the 17th Bomb Group was the legendary Doolittle Raiders in World War II, and we've adopted that history and heritage when we became the 17th Training Wing in 1993. So with that, we'll roll the video.
The 17th Training Wing, headquartered at Goodfellow Air Force Base, has a rich history and a proud legacy. Goodfellow's namesake comes from Lieutenant John J. Goodfellow. During World War I near Saint-Mihiel, France, his plane was shot down and he was killed while performing a reconnaissance mission in 1918. In 1941, as a tribute to his sacrifice, San Angelo residents decided to name the newly built Army airfield after him. During World War II, Goodfellow Field graduated nearly 10,000 pilots, providing a direct impact on the war effort. One of these pilots was 2nd Lieutenant Harry Brown, who scored the first aerial victory for the U.S. at Pearl Harbor on December 7, 1941. Another was Lieutenant Bill Farrow, who accompanied Lieutenant Colonel Jimmy Doolittle on the daring bombing raid on Tokyo on April 18, 1942. It was a surprise and retaliatory response to Japan's attack on Pearl Harbor. Farrow and Doolittle were part of the legendary 17th Bombardment Group, who were known as the Doolittle Raiders. The motto of the 17th Bombardment Group was "Toujours en danger," a French phrase that means ever into danger. Those words help us remember our history and honor our legacy. The courage and bravery of the Doolittle Raiders inspired a nation and helped turn the tide of the war. In 1958, after training more than 18,000 aviators, the flying mission at Goodfellow came to an end. Goodfellow's mission transitioned to training intelligence professionals. In 1993, we carried on the faithful legacy of the 17th Bombardment Group by adopting the numeric designation of the 17th, as well as the 7 flying crosses from their unit crest. We became the 17th Training Wing, paying homage to the legendary Army Air Corps unit that served with honor and distinction during World War II. Also in 1993, Goodfellow's mission expanded again. This time, the base was selected as the location for basic and advanced fire protection training that would eventually include the entire Department of Defense. After 80 years of service, Goodfellow has produced over 18,000 pilots, 60,000 firefighters, and 360,000 ISR warriors and counting. Today, our daily student load of service members stays consistently around 4,500 students, covering the entire 17th Training Wing from coast to coast, the 517th Training Group at Presidio of Monterey in California, Fort Huachuca in Arizona, Goodfellow Air Force Base in Texas, Corey Station in Florida, and the 517th Training Group in Arlington, Virginia. Our instructors provide 95 courses and have delivered more than 700 classes a year. We train international officers hailing from over 30 allied nations. Graduates from the 17th Training Wing go on to serve at nearly every major Department of Defense military facility in the world, and we play a vital role in the United States military's ability to project power to hotspots anywhere on the globe. Our storied past and our relentless present demonstrate that we are ever into danger.
of our wing mission briefing, but you can see how joint we are, how much impact there is. The Department of Defense Firefighting Academy is here. All joint service personnel who graduate there are out there around the world. All of the Air Force intelligence professionals are trained right here at one of our other duty locations. And then finally, our joint service partners just continues to grow. So I always challenge all of our visitors how big of an outsized impact the 17th Training Wing and Goodfellow Air Force Base has on our national defense. And now you all are a part of that. The only reason we're doing and thriving as well as we are right now is because of that community relationship. So I'm as excited as I ever could be to finally have this day come to fruition. I know JR has been like, we're getting there, sir, we're getting there. But to have this finally start now, I think is going to be really special. So we look to continue to build this relationship. You are going to make these connections. You want to go put on a fire suit, we'll make it happen. We'll get you into our skiffs. We'll get you around the base, crawling out in the dirt. We can make it happen. It's going to be a lot of fun. We're going to do 4 key events here. I'll say we'll try to open up one. Anybody wants to go out to Monterey, we'll go out to where we do all of our foreign language training as well. That's always a great trip to kind of see what they're doing in Monterey, California. And then we'll continue to kind of expand it. So our job is to try to make this as in-person and get you to learn as much as possible. I know a lot of you have probably been on the base once or twice, right? Leadership San Angelo and maybe one other time. Now's your chance to kind of exchange information, ideas, build this partnership, and then we'll see where we can continue to take it. Does that sound like a plan?
Indeed.
Okay. Help us as well. I'm looking for ideas on how do we bring the local community more onto the base. Nothing shocked me more than when I had somebody ask me if we still had the flying mission ongoing at Goodfellow Air Force Base. I can answer no. That ended in 1958. My second favorite question was a young BMT graduate. So they just graduated from basic military training at Lackland. I promise we'll do our best with acronyms. Just graduated basic military training, 5 days here, and then they asked me if I went through intel training when they were still flying airplanes. No, I'm not that old. I think it'll be a great program. Make the connections. We're going to invite you all to everything and then more, right? So I think we can make a lot out of this. So with that, let's get to the induction ceremony, and then we'll have Judge Floyd say a few words to close us out, and the bar's open, and we'll see if we can hit the tab that I threw down on the bar. So that's a challenge.
As your name is called, please. Your welcome card, please be sure to turn towards the photographer for your photo. We're going to go right here. Yeah. So Airman Reeves is coming.
It'll be very much like a military ceremony. So.
Mason Brooks. Caitlin Brooke Kennedy. Ed Carrasco. Lee Cox. Scott Creasy. Justin Deloach. Brooke Dickinson. Lindsay Flage. Tip Hargrove. Jason Helfer. Mike Hemeter. Trey Holmes. Jenna Jones. Heather Cumpy. Flor Leos Madero. Haley McCrory. Rayleigh Self. Chuck Shore. Nate Southard. Gunnar Stevens.
Absolutely. Get my 10 glossy, please.
Scott Tankersley. Jan Teeter. All right, and welcome to the Honorary Commanders class of 2022-2023. So at this time, to close this off, the mic keeps dying on me. So at this time, to provide some closing comments, I would like to introduce a man who is a true champion, not only for Goodfellow Air Force Base, but also for Tom Green County. So please, a round of applause for Judge Steve Floyd.
Well, good afternoon. What a special afternoon this is here today. First off, congratulations to you, and also thank you deeply for your willingness to serve, to you and your families. A great ensemble of people that we have looking forward going. Kind of start off this afternoon, for one, I would like for you to take another close look at our United States flag right there, and just look at that for a minute. And I'm going to come back to that kind of towards the end and see if I can kind of button it up. For one, I have been honored to get to serve in a community that considers it a privilege to have a military installation in their community. not a right, as some communities do, but a privilege. And this is a community that's always shown that they appreciate that privilege for them being here. We have a long history of support. You don't have to look very far to realize that professional arms is in our DNA. All you have to look at is Fort Concho, and then the 75-year plus commitment now to Goodfellow. And just the number of our citizens locally that have, over the years, have contributed time, material, and sons and daughters to that effort over the year. So you're joining an amazing group of people. What I'm hoping you'll learn while you're here is one, that Goodfellow Air Force Base makes our community better. And why? It's because if you go through and look at nearly any organization in this community, from the churches to local governments to the nonprofits to everything, you will find either active military or retired military or their civilian counterparts that are very active, making our life better in our own community. You'll associate and learn that these are some of the most qualified and dedicated firefighters or war fighters on earth that you will find here. They also, you will find, they have families that sacrifice for their service as much as they do. And you'll find out how close that is. And how important the community support is. Colonel Ryleman mentioned it, to their quality of life here and to the accomplishment of the very critical mission that they have. I'm hoping that's what your takeaway from it is. What we will need from you, first off, take care of these people and their families, their units. That's what you're there to do. You're to be their liaison out in the community. Okay, so the community supports that they need within their unit, they're here to kind of help that out. And another huge component, I guess it's been about 6 years. General Quast took on AETC, what, about 6 years ago? He had just came in as commander, Air Education Training Command in San Antonio. We had a citizens dinner in this room for him one night. And he'd only been there for about a couple of weeks. He had not been to any installations. He made an afternoon trip to Goodfellow because it was important enough for him to get here for this mission. And he gave us a little presentation. He introduced by himself to us. Very, very interesting personal story. His first 7 years of his life, he was born, and the first 7 years in Africa, he was the son of his parents were missionaries over there. And they finally came back to the States, and he started, his career getting there. And he went through some of the threats. And towards the end, he asked anybody else have any questions, and I couldn't help but pop up. I said, General Quast, what keeps you up at night? And I thought I threw him a hardball question. He did not hesitate to respond. He said, well, I will tell you exactly what keeps me up at night. He said, America has lots of allies around the world. Some of us like us, some of them don't. But he said, they're our allies because of our economic stability and opportunity that we bring them, and also the security that we can provide for them, being obviously associated with that. And you'll learn a lot more about the number of countries out there that we do. But he said, if the citizens of the United States ever quit supporting the military effort within this country, if we lose their support, the military's gone, we lose our power, and everybody will go back to what I originally was raised up as a tribal mentality. They have to partner up with somebody else to give them that security, that economic opportunity. And that resonated with me and hit me very, very hard. And I got to thinking and did some research, and back after World War II, I think roughly 50% of the families had somebody directly involved in the military. I think at the start of the Gulf War is about 1%. And at this point in time, from what I understand, it's about 0.5% of the families in America have somebody directly related into military affairs as it is now. So what do I need from you? My only authority as the county judge I serve at your pleasure, at your expense, and supposedly for your benefit. The only way I can do that is if our citizens allow me to use county resources to support that. And we have unbelievable partnerships with the city, the school district, the universities, the private community. You will find that out, and it just continues to get better every day. We need you. This is what we need from you, is to be our liaison to go out to that community and let everybody you know the importance of what goes on at this facility. To realize that the things are done here influence every corner of the earth. And you will become amazed at the dedication these people have, staying up at night worried about the things that you don't have to worry about. That's the message I need for you to take to them as you get there. And I'll close it up by kind of coming back to the flag, is that I think before the end of your year's term, I think when you stand up and pledge allegiance to that, instead of worried about whether is it one nation under God or one nation pause under God, what that is, I think you'll think a little bit differently. Because wherever that thing goes up around the world, for one, it's hope for all of those that are our friends. It's feared by those that are enemies, but it is respected by all. It will have a different meaning to you, I think, as you learn more about what goes on here. And then you will truly understand who takes it there and who keeps it there. Take that mission. I wish the good Lord bless you through your endeavors, and I hope you thoroughly enjoyed every minute of it. So thank you. And Ralph,
all right, thank you very much, Judge. And before I let you go, and I do encourage you to stick around and introduce yourself to a few people and meet some new friends, what I would like to ask of you is a favor. The people that you see around this room milling around with cameras and behind closet doors right here, she'll hate me doing this, but they are the ones that allowed me to do the fun stuff and get behind the microphone. So they're the ones that put this on, did all of the hard work. Please, a round of applause for the public affairs team. And especially Miss Alicia Aguilar. She's hiding just back there. At least wave through the hole. But without her, we couldn't have done this, and we are so excited about this. So thank you very much, and thank you for coming, and we look forward to bringing you on base. Thank you.